This is the Spurs Postcast, your instant game reaction for the San Antonio Spurs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
A wild night in New Orleans tonight for San Antonio. Silver and Black has plenty of Spurs fans back here in the Alamo City feeling pretty good about life, as we are here on the Spurs Postcast here on Locked On Spurs. Thank you for hanging out with us. Of course, Locked On Spurs and the entire Locked On family, every game, every night, your team, everywhere. We are there. We are there with you. We always appreciate your interaction, your fun, engagement, especially these times. You're the guys that really drive the engine that makes this all possible. So thank you for your engagement for me and the entire Locked On family. Welcome back. If you joined us for our inaugural one, appreciate it. You're feeling good about life. That means you're feeling pretty good about tonight. Spurs with a overtime victory and doing it in the most improbable fashions. Going to hit on that and a little bit more coming up tonight on the Spurs podcast, the Spurs Postcast, I should say, on the Locked On Spurs podcast. I'm Casey. Of course, that's UTSA great San Antonio Sports Hall of Famer Devin Brown. Just catching his breath a little bit as it was a fun night, my friend, out there in the Big Easy with the Spurs win.
Yeah, it definitely was. Spurs played very well, played well down the stretch, and came up with a good win.
And let's start the night by talking about the moment that essentially turned the game.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
And who would have thought that the turning point of this game was perhaps essentially a low point of what it was for the Spurs and a big night for Victor Wembanyama coming to a close. Game goes to an extra frame after fun back and forth affair to go into overtime. Spurs trailing by 8 in the fourth quarter. They get to OT and Vic fouls out just moments into the extra frame. And as a result, it puts the close on a night that saw him fall a block shy of a triple-double. So you're thinking, all right, Wemby's gone. We're in big-time trouble. This thing's turning for the worse. But, Devin, the other guys tonight stepping up, coming up big and propelling the Spurs team, powering them to the win tonight.
Yes, they did. And we come back to, what I've said before about how competitive practice has been. So I'm pretty sure been a lot of 3-on-3, a lot of 5-on-5 with Victor not being out there. So the guys, they saved the moment. They were able to pull it out. Victor had a big game, especially in that second half. And the Spurs were able to come out with the victory.
Yeah, so Vic finishes the night with 29, 11, and 9 blocks. Right. Leading the way, the high scorer for San Antonio. Devin Vassell with 23 as well. But it was Stephon Castle down the stretch that put the Spurs in a position down to a big-time 3 in the closing seconds of the fourth quarter. It actually gave them the lead before Zion hit a pair of free throws, split a pair of free throws, I should say, that forced the overtime. But a little bit of everything all the way around. Largely, for the most part, you look at the box, an 8-man rotation, essentially. A bench that went into Keldon, Luke Cornett, who played 35 minutes tonight, and Dylan Harper played 26 with little flurries of McLaughlin and Carter Bryant in there as well. But we wrote the other guys in the corner. There it is, over there off to the side. I'm pointing the right direction. Yeah. Because this is a prime example of what it's going to take if this team is going to be a relevant playoff team, playoff contender, if they do that. Because Vic is not going to go out there every night in 40-piece like he did the other day. He's not going to do that. They need balance. And tonight, a tremendous, tremendous start on the road to move to 2-0.
All right, let me break it down for you. In the first half, Coach Mitch, the ball was moving around, kind of that old Spurs basketball. I don't know if you paid attention to the start of the second half. First 7 out of 8 possessions, the ball was in one person's hand. They ran 2 or 3 different sets, but the ball at the end of the day ended up with Victor. Okay? It got him going. Okay? And then really there was a stretch there where Vassell was the only other one that hit a shot, and I'm talking for 6 or 7 minutes. So first half, the other guys were kind of, doing their thing. Second half, they put the ball in Victor's hands, kind of controlled the game for a little bit there. And then down the stretch when Victor fouled out, the other stepped up, and that's what you were alluding to.
And a pivotal point of this game tonight actually came from, again, everyone, like we said, it was a balanced effort, but something that we're going to be talking about tomorrow is essentially the old cliche of the rookie and the vet. And that's what
this is what you'll be talking about.
Harrison Barnes and Dylan Harper, midway through the fourth quarter, they turned an 8-point deficit into an 8-point lead, a 14-0 run. Between the two of them, combining for 12 points during that stretch. Kind of the beauty of basketball, right? You get guys in the right spot to succeed, to do things the positive direction, and they did that and ultimately turned the tide. Pelicans did bring the game back even at one point, obviously forced overtime, but that's an encouraging start for sure for the young guy, for the rookie, of course, and Harrison Barnes doing what he does when getting his number called upon.
Yeah, you had contributions, those two, and, you had mentioned Cornette earlier. Vassell hit some shots. Champagne hit some big three in the fourth quarter. So it was coming from everywhere, especially when Victor, picked up that sixth foul, which I don't think was a foul, but I don't play anymore, so I don't know. But, it's good to see them come together like that. And yeah, you can say it's New Orleans, who is very tough to watch. I try to tell you, I don't know if I can watch 81 games, 82, whatever it is of that. So tonight was one of those great victories, and you gotta build on this.
Jordan Poole, man, you can understand why he drove.
Casey, I've been in the media for a little bit. You're not. I'm not going. Okay, yeah, I'm listening. Jordan Poole.
Shoots you in the game, shoots you out of games, but it's an experience either way. Listen, the man is an NBA champion.
The man, yeah, that's right. And I'll just say some of the shots he took, he didn't hit down the stretch. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right. Good point to leave it before we step aside for a minute. Our NBA champion has some big thoughts on this Spurs rotation, tidying things up a bit, and one guy who's gotten his crack really starting to shine. Got that coming in more in just a little bit here on the Spurs postcast, recapping a big win tonight on the road, a 120-116 victory over the Pelicans in New Orleans before they come back to San Antonio this weekend. First, we're going to step aside, talk to you about a few of our friends that help keep this show going. Yeah, I want to talk to you about Robinhood. Robinhood is, there we go. Perfect. There we go. Now I really want to talk to you about Robinhood. It's your ambition, it's met its match. With Robinhood, you play for the win, not just on game day, every day. Locking in on every opening, beating your PR, beating it again, channel that drive into your money. Robinhood puts you in control of your money. You trade stocks, ETFs, options, futures, crypto, all of it on one platform. You can now build and execute your own trades from a desktop with Robinhood Legends advanced tools, or take advantage of the new Robinhood Strategies with a tailored portfolio managed by a team of experts. You expect more from yourself, expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/your money. Again, Robinhood.com/your money. It's your money, your move. Also, I want to talk to you about DoorDash. As we know, we're excited. New season underway. We're feeling good. Spurs fans are feeling pretty good about life. And DoorDash has a pretty good way to keep fans fed and in their bag, literally and figuratively, all season long, making game night even better. Check this out. It's the official on-demand delivery platform of the NBA. You knew that. But they're celebrating something now called the bag drop is what it's called. Every time an NBA player scores 50, I don't know if anyone has tonight, but if they do, DoorDash drops 50% off your order with Dash Pass the next day, and you're automatically entered for a chance to win a fan bag. Like the other day, an example, had Victor drop 50, he would have done even more for you. We would have gotten you some player-inspired drip, cool stuff, gear, all the stuff that you actually want. So next time someone does go off for 50, Victor or anybody else, use the promo code NBA50 the next day to get 50% off on DoorDash with Dash Pass, plus that shot at the bag drop, 50% off up to the $10 the day after the 50-point game. And finally, you're feeling good on the Dash Pass, you're feeling good about life, you want to go check out the Spurs, of course, back in town this weekend, hot ticket in San Antonio as the season gets underway. First home game of the season gets underway. But if we're being honest, it can be a real headache sometimes buying the tickets, right? Because you got the fees right before checkout and stuck in the queues, all that stuff. But that's when Game Time comes in, because it's an app that gives fans the advantage. Really the ultimate life hack for getting some real good NBA tickets fast, stress-free. An example, if you want something in your wheelhouse for the Spurs this weekend, when they open Sunday, that day game against Brooklyn, they'll take care of you. No guesswork, no hidden fees, good seats. They even give you a good view of where you're sitting in the app feature. So eliminate all the games. Go to Game Time, download the Game Time app. You got an account, create it. And when you do create it, Locked On NBA is what you want to use. The code $20 off your first purchase. Of course, terms apply. That's the code LOCKEDONNBA, Locked On NBA for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. It's everything you need to get into the game. And hopefully check in with the Spurs coming up this weekend. And of course, as we know, as the Spurs, there's my buddy back, feeling pretty good about life. And you're going to feel even better about life when you know that things are starting to go the right way. And things are starting to feel like they're trending the right direction. And the big reason you feel that way, in my mind, Devin, is that the balance that this team has right now is something that you feel strong about, knowing that De'Aaron Fox isn't here. And you talk at length, talking about the idea of these guys going at it in practice, these guys grinding in practice, and then the negative sense of it, one would say no one's job is safe, but it's almost kind of good, right? To have that pressure, to know that at times not everyone's job is safe like that. And I hate the cliche, the iron sharpens iron, but it's kind of the iron sharpens iron deal, and it works. And tonight it did work.
Right. Yeah. So, you have a lot of guys that are they're battling for minutes, and you want that as a coach, 14, 15 guys giving you everything every day in practice. And that's what you have here. So, I know everybody's saying De'Aaron Fox is out and we're going to be much better when he gets back. And that's very much may be true. But right now, for the guys that are putting on the uniform and doing everything they can out there, they are looking good right now. And it's starting defensively. I know we're giving a lot of credit, to the guys knocking shots down and things like that. But they're actually stepping up and getting stops when they need to get stops. And I think that's big right now.
I'm just laughing. I'm checking out some of the comments, some of the love. We appreciate everyone hanging out with us as this weekend, as we head into the Spurs' first home stand of the year, starting with the Nets. We're going to hit on that in just a minute, but you probably caught me laughing. So Ralph Amandara, is our 6'1", says the Nets is a bye week on Sunday. No one's a bye week.
No, one's a bye. Not in the NBA. Hey, you played two. It happens all the time. How many times do you see this? Not only just in sports, where you have two great road victories, you come home and you don't show up. Yeah. So long way from being a bye, but yeah, appreciate you watching the show.
Yeah, no, and I'm going to use that as a good segue to put a bow on this Pelicans game and think ahead a little bit into the weekend, into this homestand that opens up this home stretch. First Spurs finally back in San Antonio, their first home game of this season. Looking at it from a little more present day lens, as opposed to the classic narrative of not playing down to any kind of opponent. In your mind, when you see this type of game where the other guys, if you will, do what they do, how easy, difficult is it to have that kind of translate to the next game? Is that the type of thing that you compartmentalize in your mind and you just kind of move on and just kind of use that as a building block to go forward? But as essentially one of the other guys, how do the other guys carry that in your mind?
Well, I mean, they have to continue to play with confidence. You have two factors here. As coaches, you're going to sit in the room, you're going to praise the other guys, you're going to praise Victor on how they've started, correct? And when you're around the players, you're gonna feed them all the negative. Hey, we need to do this better. We need to do this better. We need to do this better. And that's how you're going to continue to do this thing until you get to a point of the season where everybody in the building understands where it is that we're trying to go, what it is that we're trying to do. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, we're 2-0. We might as well be getting ready for the playoffs around here. You know how it is in San Antonio. But we have a long way to go. And that's my point. And that's going to be Coach Mitch's point, is we have a long way to go. And I'm pretty sure he's going to get them fired up. I'm going to say it again. He's going to get them fired up for that game at 1 o'clock. Because that's another thing. We have to, everybody knows this. That game's at 1 o'clock. Hey,
on a Sunday.
It's 1 o'clock. So everything changes.
Yeah. Your whole day's thrown off. Day's thrown off. I mean, not for me. I mean, I get up, I put my pants one leg at a time and just carry on with my life over here. But all right, so the Spurs, the 3-game homestand opens up Sunday. Brooklyn, Toronto, Miami. Then they hit the road for 2 more, a pseudo West Coast road trip. They get their seemingly annual November Phoenix game. It feels like they're there every year to start the season, and the Lakers. So a relatively, again, I'm not going to play into that commenter. I was going to say favorable. I'm not playing into that commenter's sentiment. I'm not doing that. Nothing's favorable, but home games obviously advantageous your direction, and it feels like this is a chance. Once they get healthy as well, that they can really carry this and go forward and use this as something to propel them when the slate gets tougher in the year.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have your stretches where it gets tough, throughout the year. Right now, you're just trying to, execute and make sure everybody's on the same page as far as the way the defense goes. And right now, that seems to be the case.
All right. So, in case you're just joining us, Spurs winning tonight on the road in New Orleans, 121-16 victory in overtime. Victor Wembanyama fouling out early in the OT. The other guys take over from there. They do the job, and our player of the game tonight, part of the reason that's the case.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Devin wants Devin tonight. So Devin, give Devin Vassell his flowers.
Let me tell you, that young man hit some shots today. He got hot there a couple of times, and we all know that that's what he can do. And, like I said in the previous game, he's going to, when they go to that under 6 minutes in the first quarter and he's out there with Keldon, the two of them, they're going to have to carry that team for about 4 to 5 minutes. Right now, the two of them are really doing that. Devin, but he was excellent tonight, hit some big threes. Congratulations to him.
So 23 on 8 of 19 shooting in his 40 minutes of work again started tonight, which will become a broader conversation.
Hey, Casey, can I say this?
Say it.
I hadn't talked about a Devin that much and that well since I was watching myself in high school. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not kidding.
No, I'm not. I'm really not. But yes, he played well. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. You feel free. Feel free. As you know, many times on this program, I deflect to your infinite wisdom.
Yeah.
Or wit, or in this case, mild entitlement. But
yeah.
Okay. All right. San Antonio's favorite, Devin. That said, Spurs win tonight. Put a bow on this thing before we get back to work on Sunday.
All right. Hey, great work tonight. Like I said, they stepped up. Defensively looked great. All over the boards. Victor did his thing. The others supported him. Hey, big game Sunday, and we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, a lot of work to do. A lot to be done. Spurs not perfect tonight. There were some hiccups along the way. We didn't even get into the 3-point shooting this evening because it wasn't great, but that's going to be a thing, 13 of 43, but it doesn't matter. There are little things that they're going to have to tidy up for this 3-game homestand, but a win's a win, and that's the direction that it's going to go in. That said, that's going to put a bow on us as Spurs end their Friday night with a victory in New Orleans. Be sure to come back again on Sunday for a full recap of all the action. If you're going to the game, check the second you walk out the door, or close to the second you walk out the door, you check in with the Locked On Spurs page, tune it on in the car. Don't watch us, plug it in on the car, listen to us on the car ride home. We got a lot to talk about. It's going to be good. It's going to be fun, and we can't wait. Be sure to check in with our pal Jeff Garcia, of course, day-to-day, Monday through Friday, Locked On Spurs. Devin made his debut on the actual pod during the week, Locked On Spurs. We do some great stuff over there. And again, to reiterate, all this is not possible without the viewers at home. You guys, you make this show every day. You make the Locked On product every day. And we appreciate that. And part of the reason Locked On Spurs continues to grow. So with that, again, one more time, Spurs winners tonight on the road, 120-116 in overtime. For Devin Brown, wait that way. For Devin Brown, I'm Casey. Be safe tonight. A lot of rain in San Antonio. Be safe, and we'll talk to you Sunday.